You grind for your money, you negotiate your salary, you shop around for better deals. You try to be smart about it, and then you drop $1,200 on something that makes you happy for about 11 days. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most of us aren't bad at earning money, we're bad at spending it. And over a lifetime, that one mistake costs you more happiness than a lower salary ever would. And the research on this is actually wild, because it turns out it's not how much money you spend that determines how happy you are, it's how you spend it. Two psychologists, Elizabeth Dunn and Michael Norton, spent years studying the relationship between money and happiness. And what they found completely flips what most people assume about what a purchase is actually worth. So today, I'm going to give you 5 science-backed questions to run through before any purchase, big or small. Think of it like a pre-buy checklist, a filter that turns you spending from a scoreboard into an actual strategy. And heads up, one of these 5 questions is genuinely counterintuitive. Even the researchers were caught off guard when they first found it. We'll get there. Let's start with the most important one. Question number 1. Is this buying me time or stealing it? Picture someone who saves up and buys a massive house out in the suburbs. Dream home, extra rooms, big yard, life upgrade, right? Except what they actually upgraded was their commute. Now they're in the car an extra hour and a half every single day. They traded square footage for hours of their life. And here's why that matters. Researchers at Harvard tracked thousands of people across multiple countries and found that people who spent money specifically to save time, outsourcing chores, paying for convenience, choosing to live closer to work, reported significantly higher satisfaction than people who spent the same money on physical stuff. We chronically undervalue time. It's like having a full inventory but terrible stats. Looks good on paper, feels bad in practice. So before you spend, ask yourself, will this purchase remove friction from my day or quietly add more of it? Some examples of time buying spending that actually works: hiring someone to clean your home a couple times a month, paying for grocery delivery, choosing to live a bit closer to work, even if rent is slightly higher, taking the direct flight instead of the cheap one with a 5-hour layover. Now, I know you can't always choose the more expensive option, that's real. But when you can, the research is clear. Buying back your time is one of the highest return moves you can make with your money. But, and this is important, there's a catch. If you outsource the yard work and then fill that extra hour with more emails and stress, you've basically fast traveled to the same location. You haven't actually gained anything. The time bonus only pays off if you use it well. Friends, rest, exercise, something that actually recharges you. That's when the stat boost kicks in. Question 2. Is this a story or just more inventory? Across a huge body of research, experiences consistently outperform possessions when it comes to long-term happiness. Once your basic needs are covered, doing beats having. Every time. Trips, concerts, classes, a shared meal with people you care about. These beat buying things. And here's why it actually makes sense. First, experiences become part of who you are. They shape your identity. You don't just have a memory, you become someone who did that thing. Second, experiences are almost impossible to compare. Physical stuff invites comparison, your gear versus someone else's gear, but experiences invite reflection. Nobody looks at your vacation memory and says, mine was better. And third, this one's great. Experiences actually get better over time. The memory improves, the story gets richer, physical stuff depreciates. Stories appreciate. So, before you buy, ask, 6 months from now, will I be glad I did this? Or will it just be collecting dust in my inventory? Now, here's the part that most people miss. Not all experiences give you the same return. There's one variable that can massively increase the happiness you get from any experience. And that leads us to question 3. Does this bring me closer to other people? We tend to think of happiness as a solo stat, something we level up on our own. But study after study keeps pointing to the same thing. Spending on other people or spending in ways that connect you to other people makes you happier than spending purely on yourself. And they didn't just test this on one group. They found the same result with toddlers, with people in Uganda, with office workers in Canada. The effect is consistent across cultures. And it's not just about charity either. It's buying dinner for a friend, flying to see someone you love, funding something where you can actually see the outcome. Here's a nuance that really matters though. The happiness boost is strongest when you choose freely, not out of guilt. When you actually care about the person and when you can see the impact. Donating $50 to a huge abstract organization barely moves the needle. Giving $50 directly to help someone specific and seeing the result, massive emotional return. So ask yourself, who benefits from this purchase? If the answer is just me, that's not automatically wrong, but if it's me and someone I care about, your odds of genuine happiness go way up. Solo joy plateaus. Shared joy compounds. It's basically a co-op buff. Question 4. Can I make this a treat instead of just a standard setting? Okay, this is where your brain starts working against you without you even noticing. First time you do something amazing, incredible. 10th time, normal. 20th time, expected. You've adapted. The pleasure you paid for has quietly become the new baseline. Researchers call this hedonic adaptation, and it is the silent XP drain on your happiness. Think about it like this. If you eat your favorite meal every single day, it stops being your favorite meal, it just becomes Tuesday. The fix isn't to eliminate the thing you enjoy, the fix is to protect it. Put some scarcity around it. Fancy coffee only on Fridays. One really nice hotel stay per year. A special dinner spot you save for once a month. Frequency kills enjoyment. Scarcity restores it. If everything is special, nothing is special. You've seen this in games. If every item in your loot drop is legendary, legendary stops meaning anything. So ask yourself, am I buying this as a one-time treat? Or am I about to make it a permanent passive drain on both my wallet and my enjoyment? Don't eliminate the pleasure, just protect it from becoming routine. Question 5. Can I pay now and enjoy later? Alright, last question, and this is the one that surprises people the most. In a lot of situations, paying up front and enjoying later actually makes you happier than the other way around. Here's why. When you buy something in advance, say booking a trip 3 months out, you don't just get the trip, you get the anticipation. And anticipation is its own form of happiness. It stretches one good experience into weeks of looking forward to something. And then when the moment actually arrives, you're fully in it. You're not thinking about the cost, the financial pain happened months ago, cleanly separated from the enjoyment itself. Compare that to buy now, pay later, where you enjoy first and then the bill arrives and quietly poisons the memory. So flip it, front load the cost, backload the joy. This works for big things like trips and concerts, but also small things. Buying a ticket to something 3 weeks from now gives your brain a checkpoint to look forward to, a marker on the map that keeps you going. Don't just buy experiences, buy anticipation. Smart players don't just grind for gold. They're strategic about how they spend it. So before your next purchase, pause. Run the 5 questions. Does this buy me time or steal it? Is this the story I'll remember or just more stuff in my inventory? Does this bring me closer to other people? Can I structure this as a treat instead of a new normal? And lastly, can I pay now and enjoy it later? If your purchase hits 3 or more of these, you're probably making a solid move. If it scores 0 across the board, that's not a power up, that's a slow drain. Money doesn't automatically buy happiness, but spending it smarter absolutely can. Drop in the comments which of these 5 surprised you the most. And if you found this useful, the video on saving your first 10,000 is right up here. Because spending smarter only works if you got something saved up to work with. See you in the next one.